Looks like we're going to have a camera that's going to bounce. I put the 101 Bounty on there as well. All right, let's... fix the camera from bouncing because nobody wants that. Audio input, I think I finally fixed that permanently. We have the team list on the left, overhead cameras in the upper right hand corner. We should be good with sleeves and everything for this break. In between breaks, I'll have to get more sleeves. I should have all the top loaders I need unless something crazy happens. We have my man Cal Ripken Jr. here. Ben Baller Project 2020. We obviously have the case here. It's going to be 12 boxes. And it is 5 cards per box. So get all of these little baby boxes out. We'll give Cal Ripken a good rub on them. I appreciate everybody for finally filling this. Tomorrow I'll post an Origins case, and then I'll probably have to do mixers unless we get a new release of something for a while. But that is all 12 boxes out. In case anybody's curious, the case is empty. But I personally like black a lot. And just give Cal a nice rub on the boxes for good luck. Slide them all over. And let's get rolling into the first box. Good luck to everybody in the break. We're going to have a loaded schedule tonight as we have a couple more cases to run after this one. When it comes to baseball, Mosaic, we also are going to have, say not just Mosaic. We have a 27 out of 35. We have a museum collection full case as well as the basketball. I don't know if the basketball will get drafted tonight. We'll probably end up running that one tomorrow. But to start us off here for the Jaguars, we have Travis Etienne Jr., 27 out of 35, and that's going to the Jaguars and Ryan Greenwood. Etienne's had a pretty decent year, even in fantasy now. And as you can see, everybody's guessing autographs. You can autograph guess correctly. You don't even have to be in the break. You can get some Charm City points. Just bringing up the break on my phone so I can see who is guessing. And next up, we're going to have the rookie base card, Channing Tindall, for the Dolphins, and that's going to Brock Butler. Next card, we're going to have some memorabilia, 43 out of 75 for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, and that's going to Joe Olinger. Going out of his shell a little bit, he does have the Raiders, but he also has the Eagles in this one. So coming out of his shell a little bit to grab a second team and gets rewarded early on the memorabilia for Hurts. Obviously in talks for the MVP this year, especially they can finish with a very good record. Obviously the loss yesterday hurt him a little bit. Next up we have for the Falcons, and this is going to be a 2 out of 5 Michael Vick going to the Falcons. It's a sick card right here. I don't even know what kind of, it's like a shadow box type thing, but this is a dope looking card on Vic. And that's going to Joseph Bryson. No dogs were hurt in making of this card. I know that's such a dark joke. As somebody that owns pit bulls, probably shouldn't say that, but on the football field, Vic was amazing, and I really think it was just Marcus and his cousin more than Vic. Not that Vic wasn't providing the money for it. And the RPA is going to be a 23 out of 50. Isaiah Spiller on the RPA going to the Chargers. And the Chargers belong to Natalie. So That is the first box of black. See, we started off pretty strong there with a 2 out of 5 Mike Vick. In fairness, if Ryan didn't see the post right away on this one, I don't think he had a chance. I think Natalie grabbed him pretty quickly, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like he set, and it's not like they sat around like in previous breaks and then they hit. We're going to have 14 out of 75 Dallas Goedert going to the Eagles. And once again, that is going to Joe Olinger. So Joe Olinger getting some memorabilia and then a Dallas Goedert. We have Travon Walker, the first overall pick for the Jags. And for our memorabilia, we have futuristic Steelers, and that's going to be a 74 out of 125 going to Tom Scarberry and the Steelers. On the Calvin Austin III. Next up for our first autograph, we're going to have David Ajobo, 30 out of 199, and he's finally healthy and playing for the Ravens. And he has been doing pretty decent for the Ravens. And that is going to Robbie Coleman. I'm surprised they don't have him in his jersey. I guess he's kind of hurt the beginning of the year, so it kind of makes sense he's not in his jersey. But it's a little disappointing to only be in the Combine uniform. And then this man has been making his presence heard in the group. 178 out of 199. Kenneth Walker III for the Seahawks, and Ryan and Greenwood. I think Derek Noble kind of snubbed his nose at the price of the Seahawks in this one. And Kenneth Walker, I mean, he's probably, if K9 can keep playing the way he is, he's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. I would think, the way it's going. There is 12 boxes in a case. So this break will probably take about 30 minutes. The Mosaic's going to take a bit. The Mosaic also has 12 boxes, and it's a lot of cards. I'm going to do a sideways swipe on it, though, in the sense of I'm going to go through the cards relatively quickly. The Mosaic could be loaded this year, though, as I don't think it's as big of a print run as it has been in previous years. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to have Aaron Rodgers for the base card in this one, going to the Packers. We got Russell Wilson on the 23 out of 75. And I think I put the cards the wrong way. Going to the Broncos, and the Broncos were picked up late, I think, by Ron Wilson, one of the last teams. Ron Wilson got a lot of Bowman stuff early on, kind of took a break, and now he's back. So he's nice. So we're going to have a Breece Hall, 32 out of 150. Going to the Jets, 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 and they've been pretty good this year. Married into a family of Jets fans. This is unfortunate. We've come to an agreement, though, with me and the wife that our kids will be Steelers fans. It's the only thing that really matters. Next up, we have an RPA of Deontay Johnson, 21 out of 25, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Tom Scarberry. I know there's not a bunch of Steeler fans in here, but I'll tell you what. On the black cards, the Steelers uniforms, nobody else is even close, in my personal opinion. Nice Deontay Johnson. I mean, the black product was pretty much made for the Saints and the Steelers, in my opinion, with the black jerseys. Even the Ravens, if you get the Ravens in their alternates. The number 1 wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then for the Patriots, it is Tyquan Thornton, sizable signatures, 74 out of 99. I'm not sure why he signed with an 11. Or maybe that's a TT. I don't. Not really sure I'm feeling the signature, but that's going to the Pats and Nutsman, who picked them up after the break had been closed due to non-payment, unfortunately. On the RPA. Into the next box here. We're going to have a 7 out of 75 Treylon Burks. Going to the Titans. And Tom Scarberry, part of the closing teams. We have Eli Mitchell for the 49ers. On the base. I'm assuming they're going to trade him. We have Jahan Dotson, the Penn State wide receiver. That's actually been doing pretty well for the Commanders. 50 out of 99. Between him and Scary Terry McLaurin, I think that they have a pretty decent wide receiver core. This is the rookie influx memorabilia going to the Commanders. Then we're going to have the best kicker in the NFL. It's going to be a 1 out of 50, Justin Tucker, going to the Baltimore Ravens. The 101 bounty is essentially if somebody hits a 101, they get $200. It has to be a true 101. It cannot be a 101 out of certain things, such as like museum collection. A 101 would count, but for instance, the stuff that has like 15 or less, 10 or less numbered, no matter what, those boxes don't count. So like luminaries wouldn't count for a 101 when Dynasty for baseball comes out, won't count because they're already so low numbered. The chances of the 101 are just very high. A lot of groups do it just for Bowman. I'm going to do it for every break since we break a lot of different stuff in here. We really don't break enough Bowman for I think it to be a decent, as rewarding. Hopefully we can break a lot more Bowman, but right now we're not breaking enough Bowman for it just to be a Bowman thing or just to be like a Prism thing. So I'll do it on everything. Why not? And we have another real. I think this is a sneaky good rookie, but he's got buried on the depth chart again. This is Tyron Davis Price sizable signatures on the 66 out of 99 going to the 49ers. That's going to Nathan Zoran. He's putting up some really good numbers before they traded for Run CMC, as well as obviously Eli Mitchell came back. So he's third on the depth chart now, but he still does get some play in the passing game. I think either him or Eli Mitchell is going to get traded. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do think one of the guys, I know they were trying to trade Davis Price. I do think one of those guys get traded. Run CMC is just too much of a, I guess you need to have a backup. So whichever one they want to keep, whether it's Mitchell or Price as a backup, but the other one has to be traded in the offseason, I'm assuming. You are right. Curtis Samuel has done some decent stuff too for the Commanders. I do think that, like I said, that they're going to have a very... no, the 101 bounty. Thornton is not a 101 bounty. I was going to say, he just said... Just because he wrote... I think it's a T and a T. I don't even think it was supposed to be 1 and 1. I think it was supposed to be his initials, which are T and T. I just think he wrote them lowercase. I don't know why, but... I mean, it is what it is. We're going to have Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Lions. 7 out of 35. Going to Tom Scarberry. Part of the closing teams. And we're going to have Drake London on the base to the Falcons. Another Kenneth Walker III. 5 out of 50. Going to the Seahawks. A futuristic. I believe it's a futuristic gold. just think the Seahawks have some of the nice patches with that gray, the neon, and then their navy. Keontae Ingram going to the Cardinals, 9 out of 35. That's going to Tom Scarberry as well in the Cardinals. Just put him down here for right now. And for the RPA, we have a 59 out of 99. Jalen Tolbert for the Cowboys. And that's going to Steve Sammiego and the boys. On the nice RPA. And we're into box number 6. We'll be halfway through with this box. The Justin Tucker was a 1 out of 50. We got Tyler Batty for the Ravens, 59 out of 75. I thought Batty was a wide receiver, but he was playing tight end, so maybe he is a tight end. I really thought, though, that he was a wide receiver, but they had him playing kept calling him a tight end in the one game I was watching. I could have swore his card said wide receiver on him, but maybe I was misreading it. We got Kyler Murray, which the corner has a little bit of white on in the bottom right, going to the Cardinals, and Tom Scarberry for the base. Have Sky Moore for the Chiefs, 44 out of 125 on the futuristic memorabilia. I would assume Robbie's sleeping. I was going to say he probably would sell it. I don't always message him. The only thing is Robbie is a Ravens fan, and he's local, so you probably could just meet him. He works over at the Domino Factory, so you could probably just meet him on the other side of the bridge, too. And we're going to get Drake London, 6 out of 35 for the Falcons. The Falcons having a nice little break here. Drake London, I think he's the top receiving wide receiver so far in yards, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that because Olave has a lot of yards, too. But Drake London's having a pretty good rookie season. And speaking of wide receivers, 3 out of 50, Garrett Wilson for the Jets. Going to BJ. And the Jets. Let's see, we'll put him here for Isaiah Spiller. So nice hit for BJ and the Jets. So halfway through some of the bigger wide receiver and running backs that are in the rookie class so far. And then that, obviously, Mike Vick. I don't think Vick ever gets in the Hall of Fame, unfortunately. Is it definitely Olave has the most receiving yards? I know he had close to 1,000, I think, already, but wasn't sure if anybody else was close to him. We got Sam Williams, 51 out of 75 for the Cowboys, going to Steve Sammiego. And we have Amon-Ra St. Brown going to the Lions. A little bit white on the bottom right corner again. It must be how they're packaging them somehow, because that's 2 cards with that type of damage there. We have a 35 out of 150 rookie influx memorabilia going to the Browns. And BJ, I will say that the Drake London had a lot of yards early on, because I know like the first 2 weeks of fantasy, he had good fantasy numbers because he was catching a lot of passes and has been targeted quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, Makes sense. We're going to have Roger McCreary, 19 out of 35 to the Titans. And Tom Scarberry. Tom, don't say ever don't pull you anything, buddy. 1 out of 10 RPA, Kenny Pickett going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Tom Scarberry. I guess sometimes when it's worth the wait, it's worth the wait. All that closer's luck. I will say the corner on this one, I think the corners and the edges are a little soft, but it's a nice card nonetheless. I say for the Pittsburgh Steelers on the RPA. One out of 10. Walker's probably actually a front rower. I was going to say, actually, I can put up another one with black. Or Price in the back still, but let's get into the next box. So a little bit over halfway through gets the Kenny Pickett. The green. I never like green, though, in the cards. Got Kyle Hamilton, an 18 out of 75 going to the Ravens. This was the guy, if the Steelers couldn't get a decent quarterback, that I really wanted them to draft, I think. Hamilton long-term will be pretty good. I don't know if he's the best fit for the Ravens necessarily, defense-wise, but he's definitely would have been perfect to go alongside Minkah Fitzpatrick. But nonetheless, he's a Raven in the division rival. We have Josh Jacobs for the Raiders on the base, going to Joe Olinger. We have Hassan Haskins, 146 out of 150, going to the Titans, and Tom Scarberry. We have Charlie Kolar, 58 out of 199, going to the Ravens, and Robbie Coleman. Ravens having a good little time here with Robbie. Some more 55 points. I know I brought a bunch over because I grabbed them before the break. Oh, I set them on the table. I grabbed them and put them on the table behind me. My apologies. Gonna open up some 55 points and 100s. That's what most of the black cards are. Is 55.100 and some 130s. So. How's everybody's week been so far? Good old hump day. We're going to be breaking up into Thursday for sure. All right. And the man he's going to be throwing to, 2 out of 99, George Pickens for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Tom gets the first 2-round picks of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the black case with the Pickens, 2 out of 99, and the Kenny Pickett. It's probably going to be a connection for a while in Pittsburgh. I don't see either guy going anywhere. We'll just put the 2 wide receivers for the Steelers behind Kenny. Obviously no more Claypool, so full faith in Pickens from the organization. Going to have a Keenan Allen 3 out of 5. Going to the Chargers. And that top loader is broken. So I'll just take this back out. Let's have a do-over. Going to the Chargers and Natalie, 3 out of 5, Keenan Allen. And a non-broken top loader this time. Then we're going to have with it's a soft corner here in the Javonte Williams force field. Going to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos belong to the Broncos belong to Ron Wilson on the force field, and I think is the force field one of the case hits in black? I have to look. Does it tell you on the box which ones are ultra rare? I think there is 2 of them. I'm trying to see if I'd have to look. Nonetheless, Javonte Williams force field. I would assume this is something special. This is we've opened a case technically over of it, and this is the first time I've seen a force field card. So I'm assuming that it's some sort of special card. Next up, we have a Jalen Tolbert, 51 out of 125 on the memorabilia futuristic Cowboys. Yeah, one is something white. I know that much for sure. Because last year we opened one box of 2021 and it had the white card in it, and someone lost their shit. And it was a Trevor Lawrence white one. That was like the only decent Trevor Lawrence I pulled for like half a season. Football breaks. We got 9 out of 199. Skylar Thompson. I pulled everybody else, but I could not pull a T-Law to save my life. Pulled a bunch of Mac Joneses, a bunch of Justin Fields, but T-Law always seemed to escape the group. This is going to be a Skylar Thompson. Obviously, got to start with the head injuries of Teddy Bridgewater and Tua. Rookie for the Finns and a Brock Butler. And another nice hit the way this man's been playing. This is a 37 out of 99 to the Jets on the Sauce Gardner. Sizable signatures. He is the #1 pass defending rookie. Him and Stingley are both nasty. I'm going to talk about this could be one of the best high-end cornerback draft classes in a long time between Gardner and Stingley for the Texans, because Stingley has like the pass rating when they're throwing at him is like 50 or something like that, something really low. But nice Sauce Gardner for the Jets. And we'll actually put him up for DI. We got to keep the Pittsburgh people together. Put him behind his Jets patron. But Sauce has been a good player. Man, the Jets had a really good draft this year. To get Wilson, Hall, and Sauce Gardner all in one draft, that's kind of crazy. Them and the Seahawks have had the 2 best draft classes this year, in my personal opinion. Not that the Steelers have had a bad draft class either. It kind of depends how Kenny Pickett goes. We got 31 out of 75, Connor Hayward. Cameron Hayward's little brother. Okay, so the force field, Javonte Williams, is a short print. Nice to know. We have Nick Chubb, and once again, guys, it's just, I guess, how they're packaged. Going to the Browns, that corner on the bottom right just seems to be white on everything. On that top base card. It's going to Chubb and the Browns, going to BJ, which is, I apologize, there's not really much I guess I could do about it. Got Zamir White, 43 out of 125, because none of the other corners in the bottom are necessarily bad like that other than that one card. So going to the Raiders on the memorabilia and Joe Olinger. Next up, we're going to have a Cade York for the Browns. 31 out of 199, and nothing I love more than kicker autographs for guys that aren't on the roster. Going to BJ. Yeah, I don't think in football they necessarily call them case hits like they do in baseball. And we can get a second sauce. We're getting saucy here. 54 out of 99 going to the Jets on the tricolor. And this one's also going to BJ in the JETS, Jets. So Sauce Gardner times 2. This one's obviously a different variation of the autograph so that you can get. But another sauce. The Jets here are having a good time. In the last 2 boxes here. And we have a 101 Lamar Jackson going to Robbie Coleman, and that's going to be the bounty. Going to Robbie. Only got up to 200. We'll restart it in the next break, but it's going to Lamar Jackson and Robbie Coleman. Going to Lamar Jackson, Robbie Coleman. Lamar Jackson's going to Robbie Coleman for the Ravens, the 101. I knew it was a 101 whenever I saw the blue because I've seen a 101 before out of this. So nice hit for the starting running back for the Ravens. And we're going to have Cade Otton for the Bucks. You know, is it Chris Arndt has the Bucks? Is that who has them? Chris Arndt with the Bucks. And I thought I would have enough sleeves, but apparently I was wrong. So let me go grab some. Sorry to go through an obstacle course. That's my basement to pick up the case of sleeves. Oh, sorry about that delay. What I will say is, if you don't hit a card in this, I will give you a discount on the Origins case that I'm going to post tomorrow. If you want to grab a team in that, or I can give you a little bit of break credit if you want, but the discount in the Origins case will be a little bit bigger than whatever amount of Charm City points I would give you, just so you guys know, for some skunk protection, especially since it was a little bit of a long wait to get this one filled. I will at least do that to kind of help get the Origins rolling as well. We have an 8 out of 50 Christian Watson, who had the hat trick for the Packers. And that's a rookie influx memorabilia. Going to the Packers and sorry, I really like jump around my basement. I'm like out of breath from it. It's kind of sad. I really went in a case and grabbed a whole bunch of 180. What the Once again, my apologies. I thought I grabbed a bunch of 130s and I grabbed a bunch of 180s, which card would fit in 180, but it'd be really loose. Okay, Mike, don't be a smart ass. Be in the break to hit a card. Alright, Christian Watson, North Dakota State University. Packer. Going to... who had the pack? Tony Ray. 175 out of 199. Jelani Woods for the Colts. Colts are Tony Ray as well. I'm just a bully, brother. I don't know what to tell you. And for the Texans, 24 out of 99 on the tricolor patch. Dameon Pierce going to Matt Hogue. Now he cannot complain about not having a card anymore, as he now has a card. Nice Dameon Pierce, kind of like Breece Hall. They've both been nasty this year. Going to the Texans. And Matt. And getting the last pack. Good luck to everybody. Okay, now this is packs going to bottom. Let me see. There we go. Got Darren Waller, 58 out of 75. Going to the Raiders. And we have Patrick Mahomes, the second, going to the Chiefs. And Chris Arndt. Have a Justin Jefferson 8 out of 99 Starlight Materials going to Austin. I don't hate to say it. Justin Jefferson's probably the best wide receiver in the league right now, in my personal opinion. We're going to have a Fred Warner. It's 11 out of 25. On the Smoke Show signature. This is a dope looking card. Like the finish on it, the texture is just a really, really nice. This is going to Nathan Zoran and the 49ers on the Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers in the league. And the last card of the break is going to be Tyquan Thornton, 49 out of 50. Going to the Patriots and Matt Nutzman. Let's do a quick recap of the hits since we have a lot of other stuff to break tonight. I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. I will say, for whatever reason you skunked tonight, let me know. And if you want to get a team in the Origins break that I drop tomorrow, I will give you a discount kind of based off of what team you had in here, and what team you're going to take in the break will kind of be what the value of the discount is. I'm not going to put a set number because, let's say, like I know Jim Miller in his first break in the group, there was no Saints hit. Saints are a more expensive team. Let's say you want to take the Saints again, like I give him more money off than somebody that, let's say, had the, I don't know, the Browns, and if the Browns didn't get anything, you take the Browns again. Like, I can't give the same amount of money off. It'd be more based off of like percentage than set number. I was gonna say we have a 58 out of 75. We're gonna have a 101 Lamar Jackson going to Robbie Coleman. 31 out of 75 Connor Hayward. We have Javonte Williams on the force field. 3 out of 5 Keenan Allen. Out of 25 Kyle Hamilton. Sam Williams out of 75. Tyler Batty out of 75. Out of 35 St. Brown. Etienne Jr. out of 35. Burks out of 75. 75 out of Wilson. And a 75 out of Dallas Goedert. And that is going to be the parallels that are guaranteed in black. We're going to have an 8 out of 99 Justin Jefferson on the memorabilia. Christian Watson on the 8 out of 50 for the Packers. Futuristic Zamir White out of 25 on the memorabilia. Futuristic out of 125 Tolbert. Haskins out of 150. Bell out of 150. Starlight Hurts out of 75. We're going to have a Sky Moore out of 125. Futuristic Walker, the 3rd out of 50. Out of 99, Dotson. Out of 150, Breece Hall. And then a Calvin Austin out of 125. Hopefully Austin ends up getting healthy, but I think he's done for the year. I think JJ or Nathan can answer that for sure. I want to say they announced he's done for the year. I am going to take out Sauce and talk about him in a second. We're going to have Tyquan Thornton. 49 out of 50, one of the 2 RPAs he's got in this one. We got Fred Warner out of 11 out of 25 going to the 49ers. 24 out of 99, Dameon Pierce to the Texans. Jelani Woods out of 199. We're going to have Cade York, which Cade York has one of the prettiest signatures in the entire box, I will say, to the Browns and BJ. We're going to have a 74 out of 99, Tyquan Thornton, and the sizable signatures to the Pats. Skylar Thompson to the Finns and Brock Butler. Ajobi, 30 out of 199 to the Ravens. Charlie Kohler to the Ravens out of 199. We have McCreary out of 35. I was going to say we have a 23 out of 50 Isaiah Spiller. We have a 59 out of 99 for the Tolbert. And we have Keontae Ingram out of 35 for the Cardinals. Getting into the hits on the board, we have Tyron Davis Price, 66 out of 99 on the sizable signatures going to the 49ers and Nathan Zoran. We're going to have a Drake London, 6 out of 35 going to the Falcons and Joseph Bryson. Kenneth Walker, the 3rd, going to Ryan Greenwood, 178 out of 199 for the Seahawks. The Steelers in the back row, the 2 top wide receivers, 21 out of 25, Deontay Johnson, and a 2 out of 99, George Pickens. Both going to Tom Scarberry and the Steelers. Got that closer's luck for this one. And then obviously they get reclosed. Then we're going to have 2 Sauce Gardners. It's going to be a 37 out of 99 and a 54 out of 99, both going to BJ and the Jets, as well as an 3 out of 50 Garrett Wilson. We got a Justin Tucker, 1 out of 50 going to Robbie Coleman. I have a 2 out of 5 Mike Vick for the Falcons and Joseph Bryson. And then last but not least, the 1 out of 10 RPA of Kenny Pickett. And he was the first quarterback taken going to the Steelers and Tom Scarberry. And that was a break, guys. Like I said, let me know. I can come up with a list, but also let me know. It makes it a lot easier for me if you let me know for whatever reason you did not hit anything in the break. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night if you're not going to watch the baseball breaks, but we still have a full case of Mosaic Baseball to run that'll be ran next, and then we have a full case of Museum Collection that'll be ran after the Mosaic. There's a basketball that has some draft picks that I doubt ends up getting through the draft tonight. So that'll probably be broken tomorrow. But we still have 2 more full cases to break tonight. It's going to be a long night. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Going to try to get that started as quickly as possible and tag everybody, by the way, with the Mosaic. See you guys in a little bit.